A deafening whir cuts through the tense prison air, shattering the fragile normalcy of the yard. Inmates crane their necks, bewildered as a gleaming helicopter descends, its shadow stretching long across the concrete. Then a figure rappels down, a lone daredevil dangling from a thin rope, defying gravity with a heart of steel. This wasn't a scene from a Hollywood blockbuster. This was the audacious prison break of Vasilis Paleokostas, a man who would orchestrate not one, but two helicopter escapes that stunned the world. Vasilis Paleokostas, often referred to as the Greek Robin Hood, is a notorious figure in the world of criminal escapades. Born in 1966 in the small village of Masophyto in central Greece, Paleokostas grew up in a modest family. His father was a farmer, and the family struggled to make ends meet. The harsh economic conditions of his upbringing deeply influenced Paleokostas, pushing him towards a life of crime. He quickly fell into criminal activities, attracted by the promise of quick riches and a way out of poverty. Paleokostas' criminal career began with minor offenses such as theft and burglary, but soon escalated to more serious crimes. By the late 1980s, he had become infamous for a series of high-profile kidnappings and bank robberies across Greece. One of his most notable crimes was the kidnapping of industrialist Georgios Milonas in June 2008. Paleokostas and his accomplices demanded a ransom of 12 million euros, which was eventually paid, leading to Milonas' release. This crime marked him as one of Greece's most wanted criminals and demonstrated his audacity and strategic planning skills. Despite several arrests, Paleokostas often managed to evade the authorities. However, in 2000, he was finally captured and sentenced to a lengthy prison term for robbery and kidnapping. His imprisonment did little to curb his criminal activities, as he soon became known for his incredible escape plans. During his time in prison, Paleokostas continued to mastermind criminal operations, demonstrating his unyielding resolve and cunning. Paleokostas' first daring escape took place on June 4, 2006, from Korydallos prison, a maximum security facility in Athens. The escape plan was meticulously crafted and executed with precision, showcasing Paleokostas' resourcefulness and determination. The escape involved Vasilis Paleokostas and his accomplice Alkit Rizai, an Albanian convict known for his violent tendencies. The plan hinged on hijacking a helicopter, a bold and unconventional method that underscored the seriousness and daring nature of the escape. Paleokostas' brother, Nikos, played a crucial role in orchestrating the logistics from outside the prison. Nikos, who was also involved in criminal activities, coordinated the hijacking of the helicopter and ensured that all necessary arrangements were in place. On the day of the escape, a helicopter was hijacked at gunpoint and directed to Korydallos prison. The hijackers forced the pilot to fly to the prison yard, where Vasilis and Rizai awaited. As the helicopter approached, Paleokostas and Rizai climbed a rope ladder lowered by the pilot. The entire operation took just a few minutes, and the helicopter swiftly flew away before the guards could react effectively. This escape was a major embarrassment for the Greek authorities and highlighted significant security lapses at the prison. It also demonstrated the high level of coordination and planning that went into the escape. Following their escape, Paleokostas and Rizai went into hiding. Despite a massive manhunt, they managed to evade capture for several months, relying on their extensive network of contacts and safe houses. However, their freedom was short-lived. In August 2006, Rizai was recaptured after a shootout with the police. In September 2006, Paleokostas was also arrested during a police raid in Thessaloniki. He was returned to Korydallos prison, where he would eventually plan his next escape. Unperturbed by his recapture, Paleokostas set his sights on another escape. This time, the plan was even bolder and more elaborate, demonstrating his relentless determination and ingenuity. The second escape also involved the helicopter, demonstrating Paleokostas' preference for dramatic and unconventional methods. His accomplices on the outside once again hijacked the helicopter, this time from a tour company in Athens. The pilot was coerced at gunpoint to follow their instructions. The planning involved meticulous coordination and timing to ensure that the helicopter would arrive at the prison at the right moment. On February 22, 2009, the helicopter approached Korydallos prison for the second time. As before, Paleokostas and Vasilis were ready. They climbed the rope ladder and made their escape. The entire operation was a near-perfect repeat of their 2006 escape. This time, the authorities were even more humiliated, having failed to prevent a recurrence of the same escape method. The daring escape drew widespread media attention and further solidified Paleokostas' reputation as a master escape artist. Following the second escape, Paleokostas became a folk hero to some, admired for his audacity and ingenuity. However, the Greek authorities launched an extensive search operation. Despite the intensive manhunt, Paleokostas managed to remain at large. Unlike his accomplice Vasilis, who was recaptured in November 2009, Paleokostas has not been apprehended since his 2009 escape and remains one of Greece's most wanted fugitives. His ability to evade capture for so long is a testament to his skill in avoiding detection and his deep connections within the criminal underworld. Before his successful escapes, Paleokostas had attempted to escape prison several times. These attempts, although unsuccessful, displayed his relentless determination and creativity in seeking freedom. For instance, he once attempted to dig a tunnel out of prison, but the plan was thwarted by prison authorities before it could come to fruition. In another instance, he tried to bribe guards to facilitate his escape, but the scheme was uncovered, leading to heightened security measures around him. Since his second escape in 2009, Paleokostas has managed to evade capture. His ability to remain at large for so long is attributed to his deep connections within the criminal underworld, his skill in avoiding electronic surveillance, and his continued support from certain segments of the population. Reports suggest that he continues to engage in criminal activities, including robbery and extortion, to fund his life on the run. Paleokostas is believed to move frequently, using a network of safe houses and trusted associates to stay one step ahead of the authorities. Vasilis Paleokostas' escapes have cemented his reputation as one of the most notorious and ingenious criminals in modern history. His story has captivated the public imagination, with many viewing him as a modern-day Robin Hood figure. This perception is fueled by accounts of his generosity to the poor and his resistance against what some see as an unjust system. Despite the romanticized view of his actions, Paleokostas remains a dangerous criminal. His ability to orchestrate such high-profile escapes highlights significant issues within the Greek penal system and raises questions about prison security and the effectiveness of law enforcement in dealing with organized crime. The media coverage of his escapes has further fueled his legend. Numerous articles, documentaries, and books have been produced about his life and exploits. Some admire his cunning and resourcefulness, while others criticize the romanticization of his criminal activities. Regardless, Paleokostas' story remains a compelling narrative of rebellion and escape. That's all for this high-flying adventure into the daring escapes of Vasilis Paleokostas. But the story doesn't end here. Did Paleokostas finally achieve his dream of freedom? What became of the mastermind behind these incredible helicopter hits? If you're strapped in tight, stick around for the next part where we unveil the shocking conclusion of Paleokostas' saga. And remember, if you enjoyed this wild ride, hit that like button and subscribe for more true crime stories that will leave you breathless.